A USPS parcel just arrived in the mail here at my guest house in Mesot. And it came as a complete surprise, but it shouldn't have been, because a while back, one of the regular viewers of my videos, Alex Oberma, sent me a message and said there was something he was going to send me in the mail. He said, "Don't get too excited about it. You know, it's nothing so amazing, but I have something I think you'll be interested in and you can use, and I'm going to pop it in the mail." But it feels like that was so long ago that I completely forgot about it. I honestly had completely forgotten about it. I wasn't tracking anything in the mail or anything like that. I've sort of been a bit distracted lately, I guess. No surprise there. And yeah, this just showed up outside my door, and I thought I'd get out my package opening scissors and see what's in here. Yeah, anyway, as I said, I wasn't tracking it at all, but here it is. Oh, does this have a handy dandy tear to open tab? Yes, it does. Just looking at it is kind of funny. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. A t-shirt. Oh, look at that. Canada. Something a bit more appropriate perhaps than Manchester United, since I don't actually know anything about football. But a bright red, which of course suits Canada because the Canadian flag colors are red and white. So a very recognizable extra large, made in Honduras, Canada t-shirt. And it feels like it's made of that, you know, kind of quick dry, nylon-y kind of material. So that's very good for my lifestyle. Yeah, nice size too. I think that fits perfectly. So, thank you, Alex, very much for that thoughtful gift. A Canada t-shirt. Thanks, Alex. I stuck that little video clip, the unboxing, at the beginning of this video because I thought people would spot brand new Canada shirt and they'd wonder where it had come from. So I thought I'd better explain the Canada shirt right from the top. I haven't been on the internet or on YouTube for the past 2 or 3 weeks, I guess. I'm not quite sure how long it's been, but I thought I would fire up the GoPros today because if everything goes according to plan, I'm hopping on my scooter for a bit of a, I wouldn't even call it a day trip. It could be a 2 or 3 day trip to a town south of Mesot. The town is called Uphang, or maybe Uphang. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce the name in Thai, as usual. This town is about 170 kilometers south of Mesot, and it's well known because near the town is the highest waterfall in all of Thailand. So that's the big tourist attraction down there. I'm not that interested in waterfalls, and I probably won't even try to visit this one because there won't be much water going over the falls right now anyway. It's kind of the dry season, I guess. Plus, with tourism completely shut down, I don't think there will be any, you know, organized trekking to go to this waterfall anyway. I think normally people go down to Uphang as part of a group, or they go to a company, a guided company, and they get together with other people, and then they go trekking as a group in this area. So I don't think I'll be doing any of that. My main interest in going to Uphang is really the road to get there. I've heard that the road is quite attractive. They call it something like the road of 1,209 curves, or maybe 1,290 curves. In any event, however many curves there are, there's a lot of them, over 1,000. So as you drive there, you're going up into some small mountains, and the road curves and winds a lot. So I thought that'd be a lot of fun on the scooter. So that's my main reason for going there. The other reason, of course, is just to go somewhere new and do something a little bit different. My mission for today is not quite as exciting as a ride down the road of 1,290 curves. I'm just going for a short walk here in Mesot to track down a new coffee shop. I haven't had much luck with that lately because a lot of the coffee shops I've gone looking for turn out to be closed. Again, because of the pandemic and people aren't going out as much, and of course there are no tourists moving through town either. So whenever I spot an interesting looking coffee shop on Google Maps and go off in search of it, I find it, but then it's generally got a big closed sign on it, or no sign at all, and the doors are just locked and there's nobody there. That's happened at quite a few places lately. And I tried to shoot a little update video like this a couple of times this past week, but for whatever reason I lost my voice. I would start talking. I actually got out the GoPro earlier and went for a walk, and I'd start talking, and then my voice would just disappear. So we'll see if it lasts today. A funny thing is that while all these coffee shops are closed right now, new ones also keep opening all the time. I just passed a tiny coffee shop right there called MJ Coffee, I think. Looks like a very tiny place with just a counter and 2 chairs, something like that. But I've never seen it before. Brand new, it just opened up. And downtown here in Mesot, a big coffee chain called Today Coffee just opened up a location downtown. So new coffee shops are opening all the time. Mesot really is the heart and soul of coffee culture in Thailand, it seems. But the coffee shop I'm going to today is called The Secret Garden. And it caught my eye because it really is situated in a garden, at least from what I can tell in the pictures. And it's interesting because when you look at it on Google Maps, just the regular default view, there are no roads leading to it, like none at all. You don't see any lines, any roads at all. So you have no idea how to even get to this place. You don't actually see any roads until you click on the satellite view. And then when you look at it from satellite view, you can see some sort of dirt tracks or like a dirt road or something going to this coffee shop. So a small adventure just finding this place. The big news in this part of the world, of course, continues to be the situation in Myanmar, which is just a short distance that way across the river, since Mesot sits right on the border with Myanmar. And of course, everyone is talking about the military coup in Myanmar and all the demonstrations, and everyone is holding their breath, kind of waiting to see what will happen there. But other than people here in Mesot talking about it, because there is a large Burmese population here in Mesot, I don't see any effect of it over here. So there's nothing going on here. There's no security measures or military presence on the street. There doesn't seem to be anything happening inside Mesot proper because of what's going on across the border. I'm just walking along this street here that's heading towards the main highway, A1H, I think it's called. And there's probably a better way to get there, or a more interesting way. But this seems to be the simplest. I have to go to the highway here, turn right, and then I have to find a couple of dirt roads to take me into the local neighborhood to find the secret garden. I don't have my hopes raised too high because with my luck, even if I can find the place, it will probably be closed, but we'll see. It's sort of off in that direction, but I have to get to it kind of a roundabout way. I'm up on the highway now, and according to Google Maps, I just have to get to the first dirt road on the right, turn turn left and I should find the coffee shop. And this is the first road that I've come across. Oh. As always, it seems like a very unlikely path to follow to get to a fancy coffee shop. But Mesot continues to surprise me in every way. And the secret garden should be right over there in that area of trees. What do you think? What are my chances today? If I find it's closed, I'll just turn around and go to another coffee shop that I already know about. Oh, or am I supposed to go down this trail? On satellite view, it did say the very first left down a dirt road. Well, crazy as it might seem, it's supposed to be right down here. This can't be the right way to get to this coffee shop, but hopefully it is a way. Well. Oh, okay. I think I'm starting to figure it out. I believe there's a hotel here. I think that's Casa de M or something like that. And maybe you get to this coffee shop by going through the hotel grounds. And I have to come at it from that direction. Maybe this is it here? I don't know. I can never resist a good pathway, so let's follow this path and see where it takes me. I swear this place really is listed, and it really is marked right here on Google Maps. Which of course makes absolutely no sense. There has to be a better way of getting here. Or perhaps it is just marked in the wrong place. I hear some noise. It's either something industrial, commercial machinery, or a river or something. Could this trail take me to a secret garden coffee shop? I doubt it. Huh. Nope. No, this is interesting, but it is not a coffee shop. Man, where could this place be? That must be it right there, this gray building. I can see 2 chairs and a table. Ah, okay. So I have to come at it from the highway. You can't get into it from the back. Ah, okay. Back to the highway, and then we'll come at it from the other direction. That has to be it right there. Before turning around, I just followed the path as far as it would go, and that looks like the river, or one of the canals that runs through Mesot. So when I leave here, I'll probably see if I can walk along that canal to go back into town. I've walked along that river before, but I don't quite remember it. But this is where the trail ends. Time to turn around. At least with all this effort, you end up feeling like you deserve your cafe latte when you finally get it. Still working my way back to the highway to get to the coffee shop. And just realize that when you stay off the internet for a while, some weird things can happen. For example, I had no idea what was going on with the pandemic, and I have not been checking all the statistics anymore. But since I got back on the internet, I checked all of the information sites about what's going on, and to my surprise and my delight, I guess, the numbers, the infection numbers, daily infections around the world, has been plummeting all around the world. Like since the beginning of January up until now, the end of February, the the second wave peaked and then went straight back down again. So I guess that's good news. A couple of the bigger countries still seem to be struggling, like Brazil. Their curve is still going up or staying really, really high. But all the other major population centers seems to be experiencing a sharp decline in infections per day, deaths per day, that kind of thing. So that's very good news. All right, back on the highway. And there's the hotel I was talking about, Casa de M. And it makes more sense that a fancy coffee shop would have an entrance here on the highway and next to a hotel. So I was wondering where all their customers could be coming from if they were tucked away in the woods like that. But here it is, the big moment. Okay, things are looking interesting. We've got some signs here. Casa de M. And then the Secret Garden Cafe and Resort. So I guess it's not just a coffee shop. It's combined with a resort of some kind. So there's Casa de M over there. And back behind it, a much more boutique-y, chic-looking place called the Secret Garden. I don't see a lot of activity, but at least the gates are open. And there's a sign here at the front. I'll do my Google Translate on this sign. See what it's telling me, if anything important. There's the sign. According to Google Translate, this sign says something like 1 day stop. But I don't know what that means. You can only stay here one night at a time. It's closed for 1 day. I have no idea. I like their sign over here, though. This appears to be their slogan: eat, sleep, travel, repeat. Reminds me of one of my favorite time travel movies, Edge of Tomorrow. I think its original name was supposed to be Live, Die, Repeat. Then they changed it, I think, for the American market. But yeah, eat, sleep, travel, repeat. Well, let's head through the gates and see what happens. I always get really nervous when I go into places in Thailand because they're always completely empty. And I feel like I'm just not supposed to be here. It's not looking good. Because if those are cafe tables, they're turned upside down, sitting on top of the tables. But at least we can walk around the Secret Garden, even if we can't get a cup of coffee. Kind of a nice place. Little bungalow-style rooms. They're all separate units, which is always kind of nice when your place, doesn't share a wall with the other unit. The beds inside aren't even made up. Man, you really have to feel for anybody running any kind of business in the hospitality industry or the tourism industry these days. It's been, almost a full year, more than a year, I guess, since all the restrictions and the tourism industry basically came to a halt around the entire world, and it still hasn't started up again. They just had a long weekend in Thailand, and there was a lot of talk about encouraging domestic tourism in Thailand because, the international tourism is basically zero. So the government is putting a lot of effort into putting incentives in place for Thai people to travel in their own country, especially when long weekends come around. And those programs have met with limited success, I've heard. There, fish. Okay, well, open daily, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., free Wi-Fi. But I'm not feeling encouraged. No, the door's locked. There's nobody here. That always makes me laugh too, because everywhere I go, you always see this sign. You know, the open sign is still on the door. But even though it says open, it's never open. And they never turn the sign around to say closed. So that is the end of my secret garden adventure. But I got to see a nice garden, and there's a waterfall. So if I don't see a waterfall in Uphang when I go there tomorrow, I've got a small waterfall right here. Oh, some more fish coming. I think they're used to being fed. But yeah, nice looking place. Very quaint, very chic. Look at this. You can even, the path takes you right over the fish pond. Yeah, these fish actually have a nice area where they can swim back and forth, you know, along this channel. And go out into the waterfall area. So, either this place is pretty much closed, or this sign behind me means closed for today. I have no idea. In any event, we have to go off in search of another coffee shop. I just went down this street behind me because I saw a sign up here at the main street for the Dinah Cafe, which was supposed to be just a short distance down here, or Dinah House. I'll show you the sign. There it is here. There's kind of a koi pond restaurant. And then I saw this sign. I'd never seen it before, the Dinah House Coffee and Cafe. So it's just down there where you see all those dogs. And so I went down there to check it out. And of course, it's closed. So, one more closed coffee shop that I didn't know about. I did not have plans to come here for my morning coffee, but since I couldn't find this, since the secret garden was closed, I think I'm going to have my coffee here. This is a well-known coffee shop in Mesot called Bite Me Bakery and Cafe. And they have some seating out here on the front, which I quite like. And the one downside, I guess, is it's located right on one of the busier roads here in Mesot. It's right across the road from Braverly. There's Braverly over there. And I often end up going there just because it's quieter inside. But it's closed on Sunday and Monday, I believe. And today is Monday. So, I thought I would come over here to Bite Me. And since I'll probably be babbling into the GoPro while I have my coffee, I think I'll have a seat outside, and hopefully the traffic won't be too terribly loud. So, let's go inside and check out Bite Me. Hello. So there's the inside of Bite Me. Yeah, it's really nice. They have a counter over there, a little sofa and chair living room set up over here. And yeah, quite small on the inside here. Some more seating over here. Oh, it's quite nice. Little tables and sofa behind. And there's their slogan. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy cake and coffee. And those are quite the same. So let's get a coffee. And here's the drinks menu. So of course, pretty straightforward. All of your coffees, espressos, Americanos, lattes, cappuccinos, a bunch of different teas, and then some special drinks there. And they also make a lot of cakes. I've heard a lot about the cakes here. So you got Thai tea cake, banana cake, rainbow cake. Cookies and cream, orange cake. I've actually been here before, so this isn't new to me, this place. I came here because I was in the mood for a cheesecake, and I had cheesecake last time. But I don't see any cheesecake today. And there's the full interior from the back. Yeah, nice and bright. They have the high windows here, and then up above, another set of windows, which is really nice. With a lot of natural light. So I've got my, there's the Bite Me branding, my ice cafe latte. Yeah, pricing still always strikes me as unusual in Mesot, because here at Bite Me, you get a lot for your money. Very nice interior, very comfortable seating, really nice chairs, nice table, nice and solid, plants, nice decor, music playing inside. You get a lot here, and this iced latte cost 50 baht, which is a very good price. But if you went to an equivalent place that was, very old and very run down or kind of dirty and uncomfortable and got the same drink, you would pay 50 baht there as well. You know what I mean? I just noticed that when you go to a place with really nice decor and a really nice setting, the price doesn't double or anything like that. The price is the same no matter where you go, whether you go to a fairly, kind of a rundown neighborhood place or a fancy coffee shop. Price is always the same. At least it seems that way in my experience. Anyway, let's give this a try. What can I say? Iced latte. Nice. And the people inside when I ordered were very friendly and very helpful. And they have a little clothing shop in back there as well. So, yeah, nice place. As I said, I've been here before, so this isn't new to me. I don't think I've ever featured it in a video before. I think I've ended up coming here on Mondays quite often because Braverly across the road is closed on Monday. And I'll forget that Braverly is closed because being closed on Monday never seems to make any sense to me. So I'll come down here expecting to get a coffee at Braverly. To my surprise, it's closed, and I walk across the street and get my coffee at Bite Me instead. And I guess that is it for my morning small adventures here in Mesot. I just wanted to head out, grab a cup of coffee, and give a short update about what I'm doing here. And the main news, I guess, is that tomorrow morning, or perhaps the day after tomorrow, I'll be hopping on the scooter and heading south of Mesot to a town called Uphang. And I'd probably make a 2 or 3 day journey out of just getting to Uphang, except I don't think there are any places to stay. As far as I can tell, you pretty much have to go all the way to Uphang in one day if you want to spend the night in a guest house of some kind. And I have the name of a suitable guest house in Uphang already. A guy that lives here in Mesot told me about a place there, so I think I know where I'll end up staying. And yeah, for me, 170 kilometers is a long ways to drive in one day, but yeah, it's really not that big a deal, so should be a lot of fun. Oh, here's the other coffee shop, by the way, that I mentioned, MJ. Right there. So just a little hole-in-the-wall place called MJ Coffee Flavor Hunter. So gives me one more place to check out someday here in Mesot. So I have a lot more I could talk about, of course, a lot of thoughts, but I think I'll end the video here. As I said, the main point was just to sort of kickstart this trip to Uphang, my scooter adventures, perhaps starting tomorrow morning. And I'll see you then.